Hey, Zalka, and welcome back to the channel. Well, you can see I'm wearing my I shouldn't have gone duck hunting with Dick Cheney shirt on. That's not the only thing that has holes in it. Some New York politician has a lot of holes in her brain and it's gone insane and probably deranged. Who am I talking about? New York Governor Kathy Hochul, of course. This crazy witch. Meanwhile, you have a 40 correctional facilities shut down by a wildcat strike by correctional officers because of shortage staff and everything. And what does this idiot wants to do? She wants to hire the people that were fired from DOGE in Washington, D.C. Not correctional officers. No. People got fired at desk jobs. They can't work as correctional officers. That's what you need is correctional officers, not some idiot from a desk. But she's so stupid and doesn't care. Well, let's get into this. It's from ABC Eyewitness News. It said New York Governor Kathy Hochul wants to hire federal workers fired by DOGE by Lauren Gasberg. Says this person says, quote, "My heart just dropped. I couldn't believe it. I thought this had to be wrong." Luke Gazzini, fired federal worker, said that's what Luke thought when he was opening an email on February 14 and saw a notification of termination during probationary period. The Army veteran is suddenly out of his public affairs jobs at the Bronx Veteran Hospital just 5 weeks shy of his probationary period ending. He was one of the thousands trimmed from the ranks of the DOGE cuts. He think there's ways of doing it that was also allow for the right people to stay in the right position and not just completely upend it and destroy lives in the process. Luke says, excuse me, 2010, trend employees got laid off, including probationary people. We didn't hear anybody yelling and screaming about them getting laid off. And anybody who did was few and far in between. They didn't care. And many federal employees feel like they're been toyed with. Last week, workers were told to defend the jobs Elon Musk will face firing, a requirement the president later called voluntary. But in the midst of all this, New York governor is hoping to capitalize on a growing pool of possible hirees. You have a strike going on, you need correctional officers, and you want to hire what? The federal government's firing, we're hiring, Governor Kathy Hochul said in a new commercial. New commercial? You know how much money commercials are? This lady does not have a priority straight, folks. Hochul has launched a new initiative to recruit workers into state services as federal government is laying off thousands of highly qualified workers. Yeah, but could they run a prison? Could they work in a prison condition? Can they do anything the correctional officer could do? Because the answer is no, we don't need them. But you're such an idiot, you don't give a crap. The government announced the You're Hired initiative in response to the Department of Government Efficiency moves to lay off federal workers. The lady has lost her marbles. We can't find them. We don't know where they went. Well, I know it's no longer in her head. You got a lunatic as a governor. I'm so sorry. Should have kept Cuomo. The federal government may say you're fired, but here in New York, we say you're hired. In fact, we love federal workers. Governor Hochul said, whatever your skills, we value public service. Check out our potential jobs and I'm not going to give you the website. You can find it yourself on Eyewitness News. I'm not going to encourage or help this lunatic. Come join our New York State family. Yeah, soon as you have a problem and you try to do something, they want to hit you with the tail law. I don't recommend it. Luke, meanwhile, has a 3-year-old daughter at home in Queens. Luke wants to work. He almost finished with an MBA, and its development in Afghanistan and Iraq makes him a unique candidate for whoever is hiring. I call to serve and give back to my fellow veterans. If I can't do that, then I'm open to whatever is willing to take me on, he said. I don't think it's going to be correctional, that's for sure. And, oh yeah, since taking office, Hochul has worked to implement several initiatives to strengthen the public workforce in New York, but not to improve the situation that's happening in the prisons, not to curtail the illegal immigrants or aliens that are running amok in New York. We're talking about the ones that are doing crime. We're not talking about the ones that just came over the border and that's it. In 2023, she extended 12 weeks of full pay parental leave to the entire staff workforce. In 2024, the state launched a program to temporarily waive civil service exam requirements for man job vacancies. Does that include corrections? Because I'm not hearing that. Hochul also lets hiring freezes, expand opportunities for individuals and veterans with disabilities, and fund new testing centers to support the workforce. Again, we don't hear corrections. Public service is like a noble calling, and we're looking for the best and the brightest to come to work for New York State Department of Civil Service Commissioner and Civil Service Commission President Timothy R. Hughes says, I'm doing that on purpose. Under Governor Hochul's leadership, we have been working hard to retain and recruit the next generation of employees and servant leaders. By coming to work for Empire State, you had the opportunity to help your neighbors, community, and state in various ways, serving, protecting, and caring for your fellow New Yorkers and our wonderful resources and solid, stable jobs. Says job cuts in the federal government has been coordinated by Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency under the stated goal of slashing government bureaucracy. There's no official tally of the numbers of firing so far. Said the Associated Press will contribute to this report. And then they wonder why they got kicked out of the White House, right? No, but seriously, what are you hiring? You're not hiring anybody with a law enforcement background that's willing to work in a correctional facility, are you? Because if the answer is no, you don't need these people. You need correctional officers, and you need them in a hurry. And here you are threatening with the Taylor law. You know what? I wouldn't come back until I get immunity, because that's the only way I would come back if I was them. Not making the mistake that we did back in 2005. Try to be nice, and we get slammed hard. Go on straight for 2 days, and they lower the boom on us. No, I think the correctional officers should stay out as long as they possibly can until they get everything they want and the immunity. Do not come back without the immunity. In the union, I know you're not. I know this was a wildcat strike, but you need to get that immunity because they're going to try to cut off your duals checkoff. If these guys get hit with the Taylor law, you're going to get screwed. You're going to have a tough time collecting your union dues. No. Do not cooperate with Kathy Hochul. Stay on strike as long as you can until you win that immunity and everything you need. Because that's the only way you're going to break her. That's the only way you're going to get the respect you need and the manpower you need. If you give in to this witch, she's just going to do this to you over and over again, like the people did to us over the years after the strike. Don't give in to them. And in fact, if you know anybody who's involved with the illegal aliens, rat them out. That put enough pressure on her that she will not be able to continue. That's what you need. You need to ratchet up the pressure on her. Because if you don't give in, she's going to have to give in. That's the way it's going to work. She's going to cave in. Do not give in to her. Let her give in to you. That's the bottom line. So Zach saying so long for now. Don't forget to stop.